Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Woody's Roundup podcast.
Honey, you can take your mask off
No.
in the house.
No. This is Disney. I'm following the rules.
Why do the dogs have Minnie Mouse masks on? Honey, no. That's only at the parks.
We're all at Disney.
That's You want to be at Disney so bad. You're wearing your mask in the house?
Yep.
Is that why you have me social distancing in the basement, sleeping downstairs? Okay.
Yep. This is your safety announcement.
Oh, gosh.
No, I'll take them off the dogs. Come
Okay.
here. So we just got back from the beach, yeah?
Oh, vacation was wonderful.
We love the Outer Banks. So we've been free from responsibility for the last, 5 days, I guess?
Yeah, a couple days. It was awesome, too. Like, you know, the place that you go when you're a kid and you haven't gone for a while, then you go back and it really hadn't changed a ton.
Yeah.
And it was everything we needed. Everything wonderful. You know, it was a little hot, but no, it was great. Like it was just a perfect where we stayed, our view of the water, and then we were kind of keeping up to date on Disney while we were there. So we watched Golden Girls
Oh, yeah.
every night, and that was awesome. So yeah, it was a wonderful vacation.
It really was. And I think one of those things that happens when you're on vacation and then you come home from that is you get a little bit of the blues.
A little bit.
I kind of felt it from Woody earlier.
Oh,
You were in like a zone.
I was crashing hard I was struggling. Like that is no joke. Like, and so, I was getting in the car and, you know, I'm trying to be tough and everything, right?
Yeah.
Well, when I was packing the bags up in the car, I was like, and then, so that's why on the way home, like we hadn't gone grocery shopping because we weren't going to be here. Right.
Let me tell this story.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and tell the story.
Sorry. So we get home and of course we have nothing in our fridge. I cleaned that out before we left and I was kind of sitting around getting things together, getting the dogs back in and Woody said, what do you want for dinner? And of course I don't want to have to fix anything. I didn't want to have to wash any dishes. So I was like, hey, Taco Bell. So we get in the car and then during that time I called my mom just to check in with her. Hadn't talked to her like in depth in a couple days. And we pull up to our local Food Lion here and I'm still on the phone with my mom and I kind of give Woody the glance and he's like, yeah, just stay in the car. You know, I'm going to go in real quick, see if they have something. And I'm in the car for like 15 minutes and he comes out with bags full. I'm like, the man, what? And he had bought coconut shrimp and just some seafood. And the guy, he could, bless him.
I wasn't ready for it to be over. I was not ready. Not at all. So.
We get home and he cooked and it was very good.
Oh, it was delicious. Now, was it the same quality as sitting right on the water
No.
in the Outer Banks?
But close.
Well, it was pretty good. Yeah.
So let's talk about Disney reopening.
Oh, I am so excited to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were talking about this on our 5-hour journey back home.
We sure were.
All about Disney.
And of course, I've pulled some of this information from a couple different sources. So, you know, we're certainly not the first people to be talking about, you know, how Disney did today or what Disney did today. But, you know, we just want to share with you what we've heard, kind of maybe even give our opinions on some things and, you know, our impressions on how Disney reopened. Yeah. So, a lot of safety precautions, Woody.
Yeah, I figured that, you know.
Parking lot warnings, lots of new signage, stuff that, you know, one day will be collected, I'm sure.
We'll be mining on eBay one day.
So, you know, you do get your temperature checked as soon as you arrive. And the combined crowd numbers, this will be surprising for you, combined crowd numbers for both Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom were around 16,000.
Oh, okay. So that's right. So Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom opened. We're recording this today.
Yeah.
It opened July the 11th.
Yep.
And then Epcot and Hollywood are opening
15th.
Okay.
And there are already some spoiler alerts out there for some of the tents that are going up around Epcot and Hollywood. That again, those temperature stations and things like that. And I'll have some things and thoughts later, but face masks are mandatory.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming.
And you're not allowed to wear gaiters, which
I don't know what that is.
at first I didn't know, but it's basically like tying your handkerchief
Oh,
around.
like, yeah, I did that. I had to do a film shoot.
Right.
And then that place had, and then all I could find was my Nessie handkerchief.
Yeah.
And so they don't allow that. You have to have the
ear loop.
The ear. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And one family, according to, I think it was Yahoo News, said a family was asked to either go back to their car and get the face loop masks, or they pointed them in the direction of a vending machine that has face masks now. And I don't know how much they cost, but I'm sure they're very reasonable.
Yeah, I would do that anyway.
Yeah,
I want a Mickey one anyway. Or Haunted Mansion.
Oh, they're out there, babe.
Oh my goodness, if it glowed in the dark. Sorry.
So, again, that's mandatory except for when you're eating. So, you can't have any sign of your face mask out or gone. You can't have you have to have your face mask on while you're eating, and you can also take it off when you're swimming.
Okay.
So I hope that made sense. I lost my brain.
So all right, so does that applies like even if you're taking pictures?
Oh yes.
Like while you're like like we do selfies and all that stuff, they can't
have it on.
Slip it off.
In fact, people were asking about when you got on the rides, could you take them off? No. It is always has to be on your face.
Oh, wow.
Unless you're eating at a table seated or swimming.
Now, not to derail you, but I did read something. It was from, I think, Japan about their theme parks. They encouraged you. They didn't want people screaming, and spreading. So they were like, scream on the inside. I was like, we do that every day.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, that's...
That's funny, actually.
Yeah.
Hand sanitizing stations are sprinkled throughout the park, both when you enter a ride queue and then you exit a ride queue. So that's pretty good. A park regular said he felt more comfortable at Walt Disney World than he did at his local supermarket.
Yeah. Well, this is a good point, though, because when we were on vacation, like our locality, right, is about 50-50, right? Like you go in some places, you're going to see everybody in face mask. And then if you don't have one on, you're like, oh gosh, I'm the odd man. I don't like it. Then you drive a little bit down the road, across the river, you go into another place and it's like nobody has them on. And then if you do have them on, you're being looked at like, what do you have them on for? So then when we go to the beach this past week, that was a good gauge for me.
Right.
Like that was like, because we kind of live in a bubble here.
Oh yeah.
So I think we do. So then at the beach, that was pretty much everywhere you go in, face mask, and everybody, you got the same impression that like, listen, nobody wants to wear these things.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's at the beach. Well, we got to do what we got to do.
That's right.
So it was good for me to see that.
It was good. It was good. And for the first time, he actually wore a mask, and I was so proud of him.
And it has nothing to do with, like, my views or anything with, like, anybody. Like absolutely, I want to keep people safe. I just have really bad asthma. And so it's like when I wear one, and if it's hot, and then if I get, like, this is too TMI. If I get excited when I talk, like I get passion, I get short of breath, and it just makes it hard. But you know what? I got over it. And I sucked it up, and then if I had like a little moment, I went outside. That's right. So there you go. It's everybody can do it.
Great. I'm proud. So another quote was said that the walls of plexiglass, which you mentioned on this, Woody, that they did take him, obviously they were constant reminders of health safety assurances, and they love that because that's Disney. But then they were also pulling them out of that fantasy feeling.
Yeah. See, that's where when we were talking about some of the things.
Yeah.
Where... Like you mentioned the Jungle Cruise.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were describing that the Jungle Cruise has plexiglass windows beside each guest now, right? And then the
skipper,
thank you, has a mask on and is behind the, and so they're doing their jokes like like that, And I think what I said to you was like, I just would skip that ride now. Like if that is like a problem. Or like you don't want to be yeah, just maybe just right now is the time to skip the Jungle Cruise. You
Yeah.
know, don't even worry about it because
Right. And I think that was the comment by the what we read. I think it was like, it was one thing getting on the Jungle Cruise thinking that they were going to make mask jokes, or it was going to be very centered around today.
In the moment.
However, no one mentioned anything different. It was like every day on a Jungle Cruise, and they had the same script, and they weren't joking about the masks. And so therefore a lot of people were like, first off, I can't understand this guy, he was hard to understand. This was just one comment made. And of course, people are going to have their positive and negatives, but it was like we were kind of waiting for him to make some kind of like joke about the mask, and he never did. And then they said when they got off the ride, they were like, what even jokes did he tell? But I'm assuming that Disney's like, the last thing we need to think about is what new jokes we can do for these guys. And of course, they're so good at what they do. They're going to do it the way they've done it every time. And so I think they were probably, that was one of those flip a coins. All right, we either flip a coin and say, are we going to talk about the masks or are we not?
Yeah.
And it sounds like Disney is not really calling attention to the masks. Like, I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but it's almost like Disney's not, they're just wearing masks as if they were wearing a Walt Disney t-shirt. There is nothing, they're not paying it, much attention to it. In fact, cast members, their masks seemingly match their uniforms. So they're kind of just like transitioning normal into this. It's just another item of something that a cast member has to wear. And I do love to see the Disney themed masks out there. It's just kind of fun.
If you gotta wear it, you might as well go all out. But I kind of like that though.
Yeah.
Because I think in one, there's a whole other topic of conversation. Like, it's such a hot button thing. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. Everybody's got a view about it. All right, so push that aside. So if you make a joke about it, like you're gonna make half the boat mad, and the other, So it's like Disney's very smart because like you don't want people to dwell on it.
Yeah.
So like if you just pretend it doesn't exist,
right?
Okay. Like
I'm just saying, if I was a skipper, I probably would have been like, "This is a stick up. Put your hands in the air." Oh wait, you're sticking me up? Ah. No, that's probably why they don't do it, because that was the worst.
Did I die?
So let's talk about rides and attractions. Like, what's different? What's new? What are people saying? A lot of the big over sort of arcing thought was it's eerie.
Yeah.
People are saying that it is absolutely crazy that they can just walk on to some of these rides. So Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, the posted wait time was 30 minutes. Actually, people said they waited less than 5.
Oh my gosh, that's it. We're going. I don't care.
Yeah. Walk on to the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Oh,
they just walked
on.
My
favorite rides.
Yeah. Rocket Tower Plaza. So if you know where that is, Woody, that's like in Tomorrowland. Yep. And they said it was like the park just closed and they didn't get the announcement. Oh. And it was like, where is everyone?
Yeah.
Am I not supposed to be here? In fact, a lot of people said they weren't sure if parts of Walt Disney World were open, even though there was no rope. So it was like, am I supposed to be standing here?
Yeah.
Because normally it would be shoulder to shoulder.
Yep.
Space Mountain had no line.
Oh my gosh.
So
this sounds like
a dream.
Awesome. Yeah.
Right? Pirates had a posted wait time of 25 minutes. They actually only waited 10. And they said the reason they waited 10 minutes was because they did have a socially distant queue and were running empty boats. They were launching them between groups.
Oh, see, that's...
And then a cast member would then wipe down each seat, back of each seat, each side of the boat every time someone exited. So, in fact, while they were exiting the boat, there was a cast member getting on and cleaning the boat, and then the cast member would exit along with them. So it was like this sweeping motion of people. They were definitely seeing 10, 12-minute waits for things like Peter Pan's Flight.
Oh my gosh, we've never been into...
Are you kidding me?
That reminds me of the glory days of the Not So Scary
Absolutely.
Halloween party when you would pay, I'd pay $100 a ticket just to get on these rides. Like, that's awesome, actually.
So Big Thunder and some of the other, if you think about where you switch back, so like Ariel's Grotto, those switchbacks, they're divided now by plexiglass, so you cannot interact with guests at all. And I was thinking about the Na'vi River Journey when we were watching everybody play that forehead game. You know what I'm talking about? Headbands.
Heads
up. You're right. So I was just thinking about that. Like, how would that plexiglass also be soundproof? No, just kidding.
Well, they wanted to make sure everybody knew they were playing that wonderful game.
All right. Splash Mountain. So let's talk about Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain.
So the line for the Briar Patch was longer than the wait line for the ride.
See, I'm telling you, this is why Disney is, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing.
So a lot of these resellers and these first to get into the Disney world of merchandise selling, they're buying up. And in fact, reports say that by, 8 p.m., Magic Kingdom had sold out of Splash Mountain merchandise.
Surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
Would you have bought something?
Yeah, I would have. So that's why I know Disney is like, so.
I don't know. We could have rode 3 rides by the time we got through the line for the Briar Patch.
That is so smart of Disney, though, because like they come out, they announce that, which we love the idea.
Mm-hmm. We're on board.
But I love it for so many reasons. I really love it because I love the movie.
Yeah.
And I want to ride, and that's awesome, But yeah, like, they know what they're doing. They're like, okay, we're going to update the ride, everybody. That make you happy? Okay, yes, we're going to do that. We're going to give you plenty of time to buy up every Splash Mountain piece of merchandise. It's like, so instead of starting tomorrow, they're going to milk this thing.
When you think about it, honestly, the last time we got off Splash Mountain, didn't even stop in the Briar Patch.
We did not. Not at all.
Can you imagine, Can you imagine being the last group of the day, getting off of Splash Mountain, your screams are muffled by your face mask, right? You're soaking wet. You get off of that ride and you go into the Briar Patch, and I can't even get myself a sticker. I can't get myself a Briar, a Brer Bear. I can't get a Brer Rabbit. I can't get any little plushie because they are sold out.
Yeah, that. What'd you say? Was it one time? It was like an hour. Like an hour.
Oh, it was over an hour.
Over an hour. So it takes like 20 minutes to wait, get on the ride.
And cast members, this is cool. Cast members did not see this coming. So, of course, who's going to put in place social distancing lines outside of the gift shop on the side of that? We don't even ride the ride. We're just waiting to get in the gift shop.
I think we went in that gift shop once.
Well, I think you have to exit, right?
Yeah, but like, I've only ridden it like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't remember.
I can't remember.
So they had to think on their feet and then come up with those 6-foot lines, and they do have these measuring things, and they're doing the best they can there. But hey, that was a pretty interesting.
That's awesome. That's going to be interesting to see how long that lasts. Like, just how much. They'll never release
Attention, Walt Disney World visitors. Hey, guess what just happened?
What?
You were interrupted.
Oh.
And so is something else.
What?
The vintage ragtime music that normally plays on Main Street is now periodically interrupted by safety announcements.
See, I don't like that. I love Disney. Thank you for being like, but that's very, what's the movie, 1984? Like, that's,
please stand 6 feet apart. I mean,
apocalyptic, like, like I expect sirens to start going off, like,
Monorails are the same story.
At this time, not to interrupt you, but at this time, it's like, honestly, everybody knows what we need to do.
That's right.
Disney is doing above and beyond, right? Wiping down each ride, letting one go. I think that's wonderful. Social distance. Honestly, Disney World probably is like a dream to go to right now.
Well, that's funny you say that, because let's talk about how guests are feeling. So, others are comparing this soft opening, or I guess not anymore, it is the opening, to Universal, saying that Universal Studios was sort of making you like, squirting it in your hand as you enter and as you leave. Like, it wasn't a suggestion. So they were saying that they weren't very excited about that the Magic Kingdom wasn't, or Animal Kingdom wasn't making them. Which I think, come on now.
I know, we're all adults here. Like,
that's what I'm. Get your Minnie Mouse little and squirt yourself.
I mean, I just like, I don't need, like, I love Disney, and I know that they are just again, above and beyond, but it's almost like I just don't. If you're going in, you have your mask. They're telling you to wear your mask. You have hand sanitizer. They have literal dividers up between the people. I just don't think a verbal cue is going to remind me. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Okay, I forgot about that. You've got signs. Everything. I don't need to be. And like Universal, like I know they're all doing what they have to do, but like you don't have to tell me to wash my hands at this point. Like don't make me wash my hands. You can remind me,
sure,
but like of course I'm going to wash my hands. But like I don't know. I appreciate Disney doing that. I hope they don't change that.
You know, we've all been there. We've all been there and seen those that exit the restroom.
Yeah, you hear the noise, the toilet flushing, but not the sink running,
and not the dryer.
That is gross.
Whoa, now, girl.
Yeah. I do not like that. I do it anyway. So to tell me to wash my hands is you're already telling me to do something I've done.
So Disney recorded a temperature of 103 degrees today.
What'd they do?
And
they kicked him out. They threw him in the river. You're not coming in this park.
And wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands in this river I just threw you in. Okay. So they set up relaxation stations. These are something new. You know what this reminds me of, though? Our local theme park here in Virginia.
Busch Gardens.
We've got Busch Gardens, but we have King's Dominion. All right.
Oh, yeah,
Now, at King's Dominion, back in the day, this is like giant pavement park, right?
Oh.
No trees. There's like nowhere to get shade. But I remember like people would kind of get there'd be these like locker rooms where parents would check their bags and then, you know, even at like Emerald Point Water Park, like there were these locker rooms, right? And I remember them being these big open rooms with these sort of waterproof tables, right? Like, you know, if you sat down on your bathing suit and everything, they're not going to have to worry like wood. I remember it, and they were almost like institutional.
Yeah.
So I get this picture online and I see it and it reminds me of that. And here I am thinking this is in, you know, Fantasyland. And they're strange. They're like, you know, they are a place where you can go and take your mask off for
That's
a bit.
nice. I like that.
Have you heard of these like people that are like seriously getting irritations and seeking medical help for the masks rubbing their skin?
I bet. Well, when it's 100 and some degrees outside.
Yeah. And you're wearing this thing
wearing it, and
day.
it is. And like if you do like, you know, like I know mine. I have a Bigfoot mask. I know mine kind of pulls my ears.
Yeah.
Well, I know everybody's got.
So they make these kind of clip things that you got.
Yes, but they go behind your head.
They go behind your head, and so you're not actually using your ears.
For us follically challenged gentlemen, like anything that touches my head on a 100-degree day is just like, ooh.
It's like you're just gonna get irritated by it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get irritated about whatever. So
anyway,
but you know, like that's good though, because like you remember when we went to Busch Gardens Christmas Town, which we love. It's like thousands of lights and it's gorgeous. They had
so fun.
They had heating stations,
right?
Because it was so cold, and like so they had these tents set up that had like these ginormous heaters, and people would just straight up chilling in there with the hot chocolate and everything.
It was wonderful.
So that's not a bad idea.
So that's what they've done. There's like 3 or so locations. There's also the same story over in Animal Kingdom. And so they're kind of these places where really, I mean, seriously, you might want to take your 8-year-old and just let her take her mask off for a
just
minute.
Relax for a little bit.
And I love that. I think Disney was smart in placing these. And I also think they're smart in how they've placed them.
Yeah.
They don't obviously have them filled with Merida and Cinderella because they don't want you to stay long, right? They got to get people in and out.
They make a ride out of the relaxation tent.
So it just feels like, you know, a station for moms and dads and family alike to just take a second.
Yeah, because it is hot.
It sure is.
It is hot. So
speaking of characters, let's talk about how Disney's kind of reworking their appearances.
Okay.
I love this. I saw a video of Merida on horseback.
Oh, yes. I loved that.
Come on. That is fantastic. You've got her at a safe distance. You got, you know, the handlers of the horse. They're both at a social distance.
And it was a beautiful horse.
And it was beautiful. It's just like her horse on the movie.
It was so nice.
And she's just up there in her lovely self. And then it allows for you to get a quick selfie, you know, with her just kind of standing, you know, obviously farther back. And the horse is moving at such a nice pace that people aren't running after her trying to get a picture. So it feels really smart. The princesses this morning, so I took a look at this video someone posted. as you walked into the Magic Kingdom and turned around, the princesses were at the entrance to the train station.
The train up top.
Yeah, and so they've roped it off. I don't know if this was all day. I'm sure it wasn't, but just for a few minutes, you could look up on that second story, and there was Jasmine, I believe, on the end, and then Ariel, and then the fairy godmother, and she's kind of like making hearts in the sky. You know what I'm saying? And
that's lovely.
And the princesses were blowing kisses and just sort of just being delightful up there, and they had some fun music. So you could grab, obviously, a never before seen photo of all of these princesses in this one space, and it was quite smart.
I think the way that you have to approach right now is that they're doing everything they can to make what they can with, so like it's just going to be an experience in itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like for those who have been to Disney forever and ever up until this point, you've experienced it one way.
Right.
And then so during this time, and who knows if it will ever fully get back to the way it was. It may not. It may be a little different. You are experiencing Disney in a different way, which is okay.
Yes.
Which is okay. So
right.
It's like, it's just, you have to, realize that they really are doing it for your protection.
Yep.
For everybody that comes in, and they are making it a great experience given the limitations that need to be had. So I appreciate it. I think like that Merida, what the video that you showed me was wonderful.
Yeah.
And like the princesses up there, wonderful. And honestly, like I actually like that they divide up people and have social distancing, because like y'all know my complaints from the Not So Scary,
sure,
where I was shoulder to shoulder and you were still, and like I got hit by 2 scooters, and it was just like, oh, okay. All right, guys.
You didn't get hit. Right,
like,
first,
y'all,
let's just clarify.
I am done.
You didn't get hit. Your foot got ran
I
over.
was viciously attacked by the scooter gang. They came out of nowhere and tried to take me down.
Oh, bless you. So, socially distant mini parades is what they're calling them, but really it's a cavalcade. Okay, I had to look this up. CAVALCADE. Cavalcade.
Okay.
All right. No. And listen, here it is. It's a noun. All right. A formal procession of people walking on horseback or riding in vehicles.
Well, what do you know?
It's your Rustburg, Virginia Christmas parade.
So if you've ever been to a rural Christmas parade
where no one,
you're in luck.
No one is getting upset that you are seeing just Goofy and they have like 5 of them, and I'm not going to go through that, but it's just cute, and it's replacing the norm, and so Mickey and Minnie. But like, think of when I think of a cavalcade, now that I'm looking at cavalcade, I'm thinking of the scene in the Jungle Book when he's like walking with the elephants.
Yeah,
somebody needs to recreate that.
Yeah,
Disney, listen to me. I'm
Disney.
telling you. Put that on.
Thank you for doing the parades, Disney, no matter how.
Oh, I love it. Where he's trying to walk on his all-fours. Okay.
That's funny.
So, hey, the Country Bears.
Don't you?
Listen.
Whoa.
They did their thing from rooftop.
Oh, I thought you said they changed something.
No.
I was like, no.
I mean, of course they had to change it, but they changed it in a way that they came out on the roof.
Oh, that is awesome.
And they did their thing, and they sang some songs, and I think you would have loved it.
I love Country Bears. Y'all know that. Absolutely.
That was one of the things I wanted to tell you.
That was one of the things they better never change, though.
Yeah.
Like, that ride should stay there forever and ever. It's
I agree.
grandfathered in.
I agree. Just some thoughts.
Well, not ride, the show.
What?
I said that ride should never change. It's not really a ride.
It's not really
I don't know
a
why I
ride.
look at it as a ride. You sit in a chair, but it's fine.
So the teapots. So the Mad Tea Party.
I can't. That's something my body will not let me do.
They really didn't have to change that. What they were saying is that they just put hand sanitizing stations before you went in.
Yeah.
Which is smart. And then of course they were suggesting that you sanitize after. But really those teacups are already 6 feet apart.
That they do not have to worry about
for safety reasons.
Woody's Roundup riding that. Nope. I'm good, y'all. That spinning thing, I wrecked me for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Well, like Flight of Passage did. I was done after that.
You were, yeah. I mean, I didn't.
I walked out leaning like I was walking in circles. My equilibrium was off so much, and so I was like, I'm gonna have to sit down. I remember it because the whole park was spinning, and it spun for like 30 minutes.
So one of your favorite restaurants, Pecos Bill, and over there,
Yeehaw.
You know you love it, and because you love it because, it has a fixins bar, all right. So now you're gonna be sad to know that some of the restaurants have changed a little bit. So Adventureland's Jungle Skipper Canteen, seating capacity obviously reduced, frequent sanitizing stations obviously, but the physical menus that you see have been replaced now with QR codes.
Okay.
So any of those kind of sit down restaurants, or even some of the ones that like Pinocchio Village, they're all kind of basing things off of mobile food orders, and they want you to purchase on the app.
That's fine. We do a lot of that anyway.
We do, and the only thing is I'm gonna be sad about that fixin' bar because we
that's where
have a story. We did have a story. We told it on another episode. I can't remember which one, but it's like we didn't even know it was at Tortugas that like you could put other stuff.
Like,
but it was so crowded, right? Like you couldn't even see the Fixins bar. It was 85 people blocking the way.
This tortilla is kind of dry. I mean, Disney.
Wish I had some salsa.
And then around the corner, after I eat, this kid's got like.
He comes out with a mountain.
Like whoa! Where did you eat?
And you know he's holding that tray, and he was like, "Hold on, wait, where'd that kid get that sour cream? Where'd he get that lettuce?"
Like, oh man, I wish
Here
I could redo
we just
lunch.
need a meat bowl.
Yeah, I was like, man, this is okay, I guess.
So they also reopened a lot of the restaurants with no seating. Yeah.
How do you do that? Like,
I mean, they just took the chairs out.
You gotta
It's
stand.
pretty easy, Woody.
Yeah. Here, take your food. Stand outside.
They lined up a cavalcade of chairs and tables. No, they just kind of wanted to urge guests to go out to where they had already positioned socially distanced eating areas.
Okay.
So it was just another way for the Magic Kingdom to kind of say, listen, we've set so many things in place and in motion, and there's only fewer than 8,000 people there.
And we know people don't listen or follow directions.
So we really want you to go to your car.
We're going to herd you back outside because you're not going to listen to us inside anyway.
Right. But a lot of people were worried about the food. They were worried about a lot of the places not being open. So what I've heard is that basically you got the same choices, normal, everyday food items. Dole Whips were there. They were very, very conscious of when you were in line to buy one and then where you were allowed to go when you got it. So, because at that time, you're going to be taking your masks off. So I can't eat my Dole Whip underneath my mini mask. But
and like that Pinocchio's Village, for one, there are some places that in Casey's where you sit down, you're shoulder to shoulder, and I get it. Like, it's already back before COVID. It was already like, oh my gosh, this is uncomfortable. Like, this is almost like I just don't even want to eat.
Like that dude that dipped in your ketchup because he thought you were his wife. I just made that up.
You just made that up. That'd be funny though,
right?
That'd be funny. What are you doing with my ketchup, man?
Hey, dude, that's my cup.
But I mean, it was already kind of packed anyway. So it's like, honestly, the stuff that I'm hearing, I kind of like everything.
Sure.
And it's kind of how we operate anyway, because like when places are like that packed, we don't wait for a seat or something. We usually go out or whatever, so like it doesn't sound like it's going to really change us at all, except for the mask thing. That's about all though. So I don't mind that. I haven't heard anything that's like, well, I don't know if I want to go or not. Like, I haven't heard that yet. Right. Everything that I hear is like, okay, that's good. Thank you, Disney. And that's not too bad. I understand. Oh, that's fun. So I'm good with it so far.
Yeah. Just a couple tidbits before we wrap things up. Be Our Guest. So we love Be Our Guest. We got the sweet opportunity to eat there a couple years ago.
Oh, that was lovely.
Now you just can't even think about reservations. But we did. And of course, the Beast showed up today. And he's like a rare sighting. I think he'll be showing up every day.
Good for them. That's good.
I think they have to show
They're
him.
They're giving the crowd like little
those
Easter
feel
eggs.
Good moments.
Yep.
They're giving
those
them those
magic moments.
Yep, those make well moments, make good memories for people, because at this time I looked at a woman taking a picture of her husband with their daughter on his shoulders, and of course they both have masks on, and it's like, if you go every year, you look back, you go, oh yeah, hey, there's 2020 when we had to wear a mask.
Man,
but
that
if
was
you
in
think
between
about
the murder hornets and
but if you think about you and your family, you didn't go to Disney.
No.
You had never gone.
No,
as
I didn't
your
go
family.
till we were our honeymoon.
So that's the kind of thing where people have saved for years, and then right now money's tight anyway, and then the only time they can go because they have no vacation, they saved it all up for this one. It's like, I hope that they can look at it and go, it was everything we wanted it to be for our first time, even though it was a mask wearing day and we had to take our photos. But hopefully they got some comfort back at the resorts. I know the resorts have the same precautions in place, but it's almost like, I hope you got to escape a little bit, even in maybe some of those swimming moments.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I really do think it will be more positive than negative. I really do. I feel like all the precautions are actually good. Disney has everybody's safety in mind, and that is just wonderful. And I think that some of the stuff, honestly, I don't think I would be against if they held on to. Like, really, like, I know they have numbers they have to meet. I know it's a business too, but it's a business that I love. But in the end, it's also like, you know what? If like you can reduce the crowd size and implement some stuff that makes people feel safer and more enjoyable, like that's okay with me. If that's the reasoning behind it, there's no like ill intent there. It's all like, we want you safe, we want you to feel comfortable, we want you to come here, have a good time, and know that you're in good hands. Whatever you do, then I'm okay with. Like, there's no like, bad thought behind it. And like some of the social distancing and crowd size, like I would be totally okay with him keeping that past whenever this will end. So
we don't know, right?
Right.
It could be changed forever.
I mean, some parts will. And you brought up a good thing about making memories, right? Okay, so we have implemented a new thing, okay? A new feature that is available on our website. So our website right now, if you go to woodysrounduppodcast.com, okay, it has a bunch of news feeds that are basically headlines that is like gathered from all the other sites. So you go there, it's like you're like a good little one-stop shop, like a homepage where you click on a link for the latest headline. You don't have to really search anything, right? So
love that.
It's just a simple site, and we've got the podcast at the top where you can listen to episodes in case you're not, you don't have a podcast app or you're at your desktop. Make it really easy, right? Well, we have a new feature. Okay.
I'm excited.
We want people to leave us their most favorite wonderful Disney memories ever. Okay.
And it's a voice recording.
It's a voice recording. We want to hear them. I don't want, sure, you can email them to us. Yes, absolutely. However, during this time, I think we are all reminded just how important places like Disney are. Like how they do let you escape. They do let you have fun, and that Disney is protecting its customers. So if you go to the website, woodysrounduppodcast.com, okay, if you go right there beside the podcast, there's a button, and it says, leave us a Disney memory message. You click that button, and you can record the message right from your browser and on your phone or at your computer. Talk right into the microphone, and you leave a 5-minute message.
Cool.
Tell us your favorite Disney memory, and guess what? We want to play it in the podcast.
We do.
So please, everybody, go to the website, click the link. Just tell us, even if you went when it opened, like today, if you went on July the 11th and you had a great memory that, even wearing a mask, that's fine. Or if you went 30 years ago and you had a wonderful memory, we want to hear it, and we want to put those memories in episodes of the podcast. So please share your memories with us.
I love that. So I want to do a couple shout outs before we close our episode. I want to shout out to my new Insta Bestie.
I've heard this name quite a few times.
No, because we really are the same person. Yeah. And so I'm going to shout out to mross94. She's my new Insta
What's up,
bestie.
mross94?
You have to go and look at her feed, at her sweet, sweet, perfect dog, her cute little family. I'm serious. She's my new Insta best friend. I hope lots of us can become Insta best friends, but she's my newest one. And then just checking out another Instagram account. You guys go and follow. Now, not that they ever need my promotion, because they don't. Right now is a perfect time if you want to just catch some new photos, see some great inside photos, obviously, from Capturing Disney Parks. That is the name of the blogger. She, whoever they are right now. They have tips, they have facts, they have inspiration. They take pictures of Disneyland Paris. I gotta go. And Walt Disney World, and they have a website, capturingdisneyparks.com. But I want to shout out to them because they've been commenting over, they've got like 18,000 followers, and they comment and like our photos.
Aww.
And it's just sweet.
Thank y'all.
It's sweet. And my bestie. So hey to her. But thanks you guys so much for listening. But don't just listen. Talk to us. Yes. Go to our website. Leave your best Disney memory. 5 minutes, right, Woody?
Yep, 5
Cap
minutes.
it at that. It can be 30 seconds, even if you got a chance to snuggle up with Mickey and it was just perfect.
And how Disney just made it a magical moment for you.
Right.
Just share it
Maybe
with
they
us.
righted a wrong. Maybe they did something completely unexpected. Maybe you got exactly what you expected. I don't know. Leave us a voicemail. We want to share it on an episode, or if we get a ton of them, I'll just make an episode out of them.
That's right. And it's so easy. You click the button, you record it, then you can even listen to it to make sure you got everything, and hit the little, there's a little button, a little paper airplane. You hit it, and then that sends it to us, and then we'll edit it in. It's so easy, y'all. It's so easy. And I honestly, it's like I'm really looking forward to hearing all these happy memories. So I'm excited. So don't let my excitement go to waste.
And don't get so excited that you stop breathing in your mask.
I know. Okay, I'm getting excited now. I have to go outside.
Thanks for listening, guys. We will catch you on the next episode.